The local Muslim community breathing a sigh of relief after the arrest of a suspected arsonist over the weekend. Federal prosecutors have charged a man who they say is responsible for setting fire to a pair of Minneapolis mosques in recent days.
He's also wanted in connection to vandalism targeting the Muslim community over the last several months, including Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Let's bring in Paul Bloom now. Paul, the suspect was in federal court this morning.
Amy and Kelsey, the suspect's name here, Jackie Rom Little. His photo behind me has a troubled history of arson and mental illness. Twin Cities Muslim leaders tonight asking why he has seemingly singled out their community in his recent acts of terror.
Someone who has been targeting Muslim officials and Muslim places of worship, clearly a bias, motivation. We just want to know if there are other people egging on. And we know, obviously, there are concerns about mental health with this individual. And historically, mental health with biased intent has been extremely deadly, and we want to know more.
So that is Jailani Hussein, executive director for the local chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations. Hussein just happened to be inside one of these mosques when the building was set ablaze last week in South Minneapolis. You can see the charred remains up on the third floor. Bear in mind, some 40 to 50 children were downstairs in the daycare at that moment. Fortunately, though, no one injured in that fire, but it did create a ton of fear in the community. Little was arrested over the weekend down in Mankato. He made a brief appearance in federal court earlier today, charged with arson, and remains in custody tonight.
It's scary, but we also don't want to necessarily make him the center point of our faith and how and when we practice. I think the goal of this is for community to understand that you have the free and the right and the will to be able to practice your faith freely.
And one aspect of this case getting some attention right now, the fact Jackie Little was previously bailed out of jail for arson by the local nonprofit, the Minnesota Freedom Fund. The group certainly has come under some scrutiny in the past for individuals they've helped to send home from jail when they go out and reoffend. At 6, fund leaders respond to the terror Little is now accused of generating in the city's Muslim community.